the channel for games, guides, and glitches. If you're a developer or publisher, feel free to contact me at the email, and to my regular viewers, please remember to subscribe, it really helps me out. Sunfall here with a guide for Dordogne. So I went into new game to get the settings to show up, so when you're in new game you'll have to push start if you want to go to the settings. As you can see, these are the controls and the other things you can change, but without further ado, let's continue with new game.
What is your first memory? Mine is somewhere in the last few months before my 13th birthday. Whatever happened before is gone. Forever gone. I don't remember anything.
So here we begin chapter 1, the house. To begin with, we want to interact with a bag, but first we have to deal with a bunch of texts as well. So move your little cursor here over to the bag, hold A and then lift it up like so, and then click A on the phone. Now I'm just going to keep hitting A to get through these texts. If you want to read them, the choice is yours. So once we've done that, we can now read the letter just on the opposite spot on the seat here, right here. Push A and then you have to scroll down to the bottom of the letter and then the text will come up and we can hit B. We don't have to do that for the other letters, just this letter. Once that happens, we'll move on to the next part of this chapter after the cutscene.
Dear Mimi, this letter will come as a surprise to you. Your father decided to cut ties with me 20 years ago. A choice I understood, but never accepted. This letter is about goodbyes. I will be gone by the time you read it. I've left something for you in my house. A box of memories and a letter. I hope you like to play and explore as much as you did the last time you visited Dordogne. Forever with you, Nora.
So here's where we begin the main part of the game now, which will center around the house just in front of us. So we want to go up to the letterbox here and hit A. Then you want to click on the letterbox just here with A. And then you want to lift up the lid, again with A. All the commands just require A. And then you move up with the left stick. And then we're going to take the mail and pull the mail out slowly. So you want to grab it and then lift it up. Once we remove the third piece of mail, it will actually be another letter. So you can read it or just hit B. So we want to grab the letterbox now and shake left to right. And then we can turn it around with the right stick, and then we can click on the screws on the back here and she will unscrew them. We have to move the right stick to unscrew them. It's not automatic, unfortunately. As you can see, you have to rotate the left stick. Then you can pull the panel to the side here and grab the key. Then we want to lift the hatch up here, and then we want to push the gate open. This will let us into the yard. We have to go into the house, so enter via the front door. You have to put the key into the slot. If you angle it wrong, it'll drop. So don't worry, you do have to turn the key once it's in, just like we had to with the screw. And then we have to click on the handle and turn that. And then we have to click on the middle of the door and push that to open it. It's a lot of work just to open a door. So to start with, we want to go into the room on our right and then the room on our left. Or the left and the right. Either way, it doesn't matter. But you want to go into both rooms. This will get us our first achievement. And then we can click on the candle with A just in front of us. We need to light the matches with the candle, so click on the candle. Then open the matches. Then grab a match. And then light the match. And then put the match onto the candles. And this will light the candle. And now we can interact with the pen on the right here.
Wait.
You need to tap the top of the pen. And then take the cap off. Then look inside the cap by rotating the view, and you'll see a piece of paper. We need to click on that paper. Then it will change its angle, and we can grab the paper and pull it out. This will get us the first memory.
And make sure she brushes her teeth. She's always trying to get out of doing it.
Fabrice, I know how to bring up a child. I'm glad she's here with me. We'll have fun, the two of us.
That was before we moved to the States. 1982, I think.
We have to go now. Mimi? Mimi!
Yes?
Say goodbye.
So there's an achievement for going to the bathroom. I will mention these. It cannot be done in replay, so make sure you do it every day. So firstly, we want to go to the left here and collect this sticker. And we want to come over to the right here. And we can go through this gate with A. And then we can head down to this cat pond. And there'll be a sticker just here. You can see the yellow. And that'll get us a cute little cat statue sticker. And we can head back. There's one last sticker right here. And that'll get you the 3 stickers before you go in the house. There's more to collect when we get in the house. So you want to go to the left here. And there's one on the table. Then we want to head out and head down here to the table here. And grab this one. And then to our left at the stairs is another. Then we want to go upstairs. And to the right. So this door here is the bathroom that I was talking about. So make sure every day you go to the bathroom when I go to the bathroom. And you won't have to worry about this achievement. It is the only achievement that can't be done in replay. So make sure you do go to the bathroom every day. You want to go into your room, which is this open door here. And we want to go up to the chest of drawers here. Or the suitcase next to it, really. And push A on it. Then you want to open the latches. This will open the suitcase. Then you can open the suitcase and the drawer. And we can start putting in our stuff. Click on whichever word you want. It doesn't matter, really. I'm avoiding the parent words because I think it's funny. Then once the drawer is full, you can close the drawer. Open the second drawer. Click on Hope because it gets rid of all of those. Then close the drawer. And then open the bottom drawer. And then we just have to interact with what's left in the suitcase. So, the last little bit. Then we can close the drawer. Then interact with the little map inside the suitcase. It didn't become active until we closed the drawer.
Yay!
Now we can head downstairs. And to the right. And now we can talk to Grandma. She wants us to draw something, so we have to head to the left. Into this room, and then left of this room to a binder that we're going to draw in. So you want to push A on this, and then click on it.
Yay!
So now you want to take the pencil. The good thing about this is if you make a mistake, it will erase itself. So you want to place both the parents so they're holding hands, but if you place someone off the paper like so, when you're filling them out, and you get off the paper, she will erase it. So make sure your placement is on the actual paper. And once you do that, you just have to draw him out until it lets you draw the mother. And then when you place the partner, make sure they're holding the hand of the other one, like so. Why did Dad get a lot more detail? But this will get you an achievement.
What have you done? This isn't
I didn't
for
know.
drawing.
It looked old and
Of course it's old. I've had it since before your dad was born.
it's just that I
So after that short cutscene, now we'll have a little dialogue. You can pick whatever options you want. You don't necessarily have to pick what I pick. It doesn't affect anything really. But I just went with sorry. Old. And now we get ourselves a new binder. Well, an old binder. Now you can push B to close it when I let you. And then I'll get you the binder achievement. So here we are at chapter 2, the river. So before we do anything, walk forward into this bathroom and hit A on the toilet, and then move these records down one by grabbing them and moving them down with the left stick. Once you get to the last one, there'll be a letter that we can collect, so you can push B on that. And then we can exit outside. And to the left and right, we'll go right first. We have to open the blinds, so once you go into the room, hit A. And this will give us some light into the room.
okay.
And then we go to the left here. And we can open this blind here. And then if you watch very carefully, we're going to put a burning candle in our pocket. Where we store all our lit candles. Go into your bedroom, which is this room here. And we want to open the window here with A. Once that opens, we'll have some light in this room as well. Push A on the desk, and then push A on the drawer and pull it open. Inside you'll find a tape, a letter, and a camera.
What?
You want to click on the top part of it, then grab it and push up to lift it out.
Nice.
And you want to push A on where the arrow was pointing. Then you want to turn it over, grab the hook, take it under the first one and click it onto the second one, because this will save you time. Then take the next one and click it on the closer one. Then we can turn it around while we're waiting for the film to appear. Then you want to collect the film in the left hand of the screen here and put it into the camera with A, like so. And then hit the red button when it lets you. This will flash the camera, so be warned. And now we will be our younger selves again.
Mimi, wake up! It's almost 9. Time for breakfast!
I remember how hard it was the first few days, far from home.
During conversations to ourselves, we can't interact with anything. So you have to generally wait for them to be over. So you want to head to the star here, and this will let you change. And now remember, before going downstairs to breakfast, we're going to the bathroom because we have to get like a Swiss clock. But before that, get Sunbeam from the stairs here. This will be one of our first words. On this desk is a sticker. So there's another sticker at this bathtub, so it's a good reason to go to the toilet anyway. Cute little ducky. So once we click on the toilet, that's the second day that we've done this. You have to do this for 7 days, or 7 chapters, depending on how you want to count them. But now we can head downstairs, now that we've gotten all the collectibles upstairs. We want to head down into the toilet that we were in when we were older and push A on the records. Now we want to do the same thing and drag them all down. And on the last one will be a word, as you can see. And then on the left here is a tape. So we get 2 collectibles out of that. Then we want to head to the left here. And on this back end here, there's a word. And then as you saw at the front end of the table, there was a sticker. Now we want to head into where Grandma is and grab the tape on the table here. When we get to this point here, there is a missable achievement. So you want to pick bitter. This is actually what you need to pick. And you want to take it and use the shadow. Have the shadow sit over the bowl just like so, and then slightly tip it down. And you've got to keep the milk from leaking out of the bowl. If you do it incorrectly, quit the game, relaunch it, and then try again. But if not, you'll successfully get your achievement for filling the bowl without spilling any milk. From there you want to pick lost, as it's the only word, and place the toast on the left. Then I would suggest alone because it's honey, and you don't have to select any other thing to put onto the bread. We can skip straight to the cereal. Pick habits, and then just tip a little bit of the cereal, or a lot, depends on you, but I wanted a funny joke. And you can put it back once the square appears. My funny joke is, want some milk with your cereal? I went with I'm okay. Again, those 2 options don't matter. The only one that did was the milk one. And then I went with friends.
She would usually have snapped or shouted, but she gave me something. I could tell she was forcing herself to be nice.
And once the talking is over, we can actually interact. So over here is a word. You have to be careful because it changes your view like so. And you want the word lavender. Once you get that, there is also another talking part,
I remember now.
but this
We
one
would
we
be
can go
walking
straight
down
through
to the
because there's
river.
nothing to collect. But
She'd be
in this
quiet,
area, I will
lost in her
mention early,
thoughts.
there is a couple of
father
collectibles.
hated
One
it when
is
I did
very difficult
He
to get
probably
and
hated his
can be
mother
easily
too when she
missed.
was like that.
But I'll warn you of
The
that when we
river,
get closer
the
to it.
pebbles, the cold, cold water, the Dordogne.
Yay!
So I want to head over to the right here, and there is a sticker just here. It's hard to see. And then I cut here because I jumped over the rocks early, and you don't need to do that. You want to talk to the grandma and get the camera. I forgot to get the camera. And with the camera, now we can jump over to the rocks. Interestingly enough, you can jump over to the end rock without the camera, but it doesn't show up with the icon that we need. Go figure. That doesn't activate till you have the camera. So we want to take a photo, so just hit A and A.
Okay.
Then you want to scroll up.
Darn.
And you want to take a photo of the balloons up here. But if you're like me, I'm going to take a picture of them on the left here, slightly, right about here. Because there's
Okay.
about 8 more photos we need to take. You want to max out the full 10, and I'm going to take them of the grandma. So just keep hitting A and A till your camera rolls full with 10. There's a day that I'm going to miss 10, and I will tell you when that day is, but it's only so that way if you do forget to do any of the photos, I wanted to show you
Okay.
a good chapter to get them.
Okay. Okay.
Once we get 10 pictures, that'll get you cheese. And then we'll have a conversation with grandma once we push B to back out, where we have to select some text. I picked Sunny. And I picked you. Then I picked poetry. Again, you can pick any options with these ones. But this will teach you how to make pages in your binder. You could create all your pages today. You have to create 20 of them. And if you create them now, you don't have to add sounds to them. Just a photo, a sticker, and some poetry. So the choice is yours. But I'm going to create mine now. For these ones, I'm just going to make them look nice, but for when we're grinding out the rest of them, they're just going to be plastered together. And with the first page done, you can back out.
Letters from the past, poems, pictures, postcards.
What's that?
Oh, it must be Nora's cat. She looks hungry. What's that noise? I'd better check. How did you... I'll help you. Stay still, little one. Hello, Missy.
Whoa, no. No.
I wasn't very brave there. I must be hungry, and I need that tea.
So here we are with chapter 3, the market. We want to follow the kitty. And you want to hit A on this shrubbery. And then we've got to push A on the shrubs and basically move them out of the way. Some will require you to move them up, some left, some right. This one's an up one, for example. This one's a left one. And then over here is a right one. And then once you move them all out of the way, we've then got to push the gate open by clicking on it and pushing up. This will allow us into the garden that we were in when we were a kid, if you remember. And you want to interact with the cat. And then move to the right and interact with the cat again. Every 2 times you do it, it's going to talk about food for the cat. Ignore that because we want to do this 5 times. And this will get you the achievement for interacting with the cat 5 times at the pond. Now we can head inside to the house. You want to head to the right here. You want to head to the room in here to get the actual cat food we need, which is the original treats, or the homemade treats. Then we go to the fridge, you probably saw it. Click A on the fridge and then move the hand over to the letter to grab the letter. And then you can read it or you can push B, the choice is yours. Then we can grab the sardines on the table. And then we can grab the store-bought treats on the right. With all 3 treats, we can now head to the cat. You want to open the door and then head down to the cat where we can interact with him, and this will create a little mini game. We have to pick the correct traits, and unfortunately because of the color scheme the developers chose, it's not entirely clear what one I picked, so I added a little arrow just so you know that it's the homemade treats. So the first one you pull out, you just want to throw it. This will get the cat close enough to you. Then you want to move the second one in between you and the cat, so just about here. You need to wait till the cat finishes eating to throw the treats. If you don't, it will scare them off. So once they lift their head up, then you can throw the last one at your feet like so. And then push A to pat the cat and get the key. So now we want to head to the, I'm going to call it the barn, even though it's more like a cave, and you can push A on it. We're going to have another key minigame like we did with the start of the house, where you need to place the key into the slot. And once you do that, you need to turn it, and then you need to grab the handle on the left there, and then move it to the right, and then grab the handle again and push forward. A lot less complicated than the first door. There'll be a letter on the tools on the left there, you can probably see it. It's a little finicky to try and grab it, but it'll highlight blue. So once it highlights blue, you can grab it and push B if you want, or read it. Choice is yours. And then interact with this kayak. You want to turn the kayak around, and you'll see some handprints on the side here. You need to get the finger to show up and push A onto the handprints. This will take you back to being a young character again.
What's that?
Oh, you're up. I was going to do some gardening. Will you help me?
Sure. What's in that room?
Nothing you'd be interested in. Get dressed and meet me outside. And brush those teeth.
Darn. Oh.
So now that the conversation or cutscene's over, we can head to the bathroom, and don't forget to go to the toilet for day 3 or chapter 3, depending on which way you prefer it said. After that, we can go to the bathroom. The bathroom will require us to use our hands with the left stick and the right stick. So move the right stick over to the toothpaste and leave the left stick where it is, and you'll grab both. Then move the right stick over to the brush and put the toothpaste back. Clean your face, then put it back into the thing. Grab the water, and then place the water back, and then grab the towel on the left here. I know I'm meant to brush off teeth, but I got mostly my face.
That house. How did I feel about it? I used to come, but
Wait for the conversation to stop at your room,
my father and
and
his
then we can go
mother
in
became more
and
distant.
get some collectibles.
I didn't notice
or
it
a
back
collectible.
then. I felt that something was wrong, and they never spoke about it. Is that why I don't remember
So
that
we want to head
summer?
into our room, and just at the base of the bed is a word called exciting. We couldn't get it while we were talking, so we had to wait. Now we can head downstairs. And out the door. I'm gonna head to our left here to get the word beautiful. And then grab the sticker to the pot plants right here. So now we want to head up to where the grandma is. Then we want to head to the left, and we want to grab the collectible that's hidden right here. Then we want to head inside the barn, and you'll see a tape on the left barrel. There's a few collectibles in here. Once you angle it and it highlights like so, you'll be able to pick it up. Then we want to head to the right, and there'll be a word right here. Then we want to grab the trowel. It can be a little finicky to get the A to pop up, but once you do, that'll get you a sticker as well. Interact with the kayak, and then we can head out. Now we want to interact with the grandma, and we can do some gardening. So you have to pull up the weeds by moving the left stick and grabbing them with A. I did pick a particular order, but you can do them in whatever order you want. Because the last 4 that we have here, you don't have to move the left stick once you pull them out. You just have to grab them and pull out the next one, as you can see. I'm going to grab the trowel and just dig a hole anywhere that'll let you. Push A and left stick down to dig. It can be a bit finicky. I had a bit of trouble doing it, as you can see. Then you want to pick a plant. I'm going with thyme, so I can use the line, we're going to have a thyme of a time. Remove the pot plant from your selected plant. Then you want to place it into the dirt and move the left bunch of dirt pile of dirt to the right, and the right pile of dirt to the left, and then the left pile of dirt to the right. Then you want to go over to the water, and then you want to hit A on the nozzle to fill up the jug. Then you want to move the jug over your plant, and then tip it with the right stick. Make sure you fully tip it, so that way you don't have to do it again. And you should fill it up the first time. If not, you'll have to refill it and try again. Now we can leave. We gotta wait till the conversation's over again.
We left the house. We walked together. What a
And I
journey
wanna head
it
to the
was.
right. There's a word right here. It's hard to see, but as you can see, I just picked it up. Now we want to head right to the cliff. And the cliff has a little photo icon. You want to click A on that. And you want to get out the camera. And you want to take 9 photos.
Nice.
So just hit A and A on the spot, or if you want to actually take some photos, you still need 9 of them. Every chapter we want to end with 10 photos. Like I said, there's one chapter I deliberately don't get 10 photos, because I wanted to show you how to do it if you miss any. But by the last chapter you should have your 50th photo, if you follow this.
Okay.
Once you've taken the last photo, we can back out. Now we can head back to where the grandma was heading, to the market. So you want to head down from here.
Nora spoke about her
So again, we
life,
can walk forward.
about her travels. There was always a part of her that belonged somewhere else. I liked her. I can say it now. I loved that woman. So smart, so charming. And yes, sometimes her eyes looked sad.
And we can go to the right here. We'll have a few things stopping us from moving at first.
Yay.
But once we gain control, we can take off.
Dad used to say that I looked just like Nora when I was daydreaming. He hated that, of course. He disliked his mother and never explained why.
And you want to hit A here to jump over. You don't have to wait for the grandma, so just head off. As you can see here, she'll suddenly teleport right next to us. We want to run down here, and this was where we'll activate the cutscene that takes us to the shopping district.
Yay.
Now we're at the market, and as you can see here, it shows you all your stalls. I prefer to head to the right straight away because you've got a crowd and it slows you down, rather than go to the first stall. Hit A on this one, and then when we go to the crowd in front of us, a word will appear that we can collect, and then we can head up the stairs on our right here, past this. And then we will get an A prompt to go inside, which you want to hit, And then we want to talk to the guy here who will give us our first item on our shopping list, which is the baguette.
Okay.
After that we can leave the way we came in. Head down the stairs. And to the left, back to the bazaar. From here you want to go up. And hit A here. And there'll be a collectible right in the middle of the area. From here we can talk to the lady with the flowers, and she will give us another thing on the shopping list.
Okay.
Then we can go up again and interact with this one. So on the right there's two collectibles in this area. There's the sticker here. And to the left, up near the people, is the word weird. Once you've gotten those two, talk to the lady at the stand on the left here. And she will give us another item on our shopping list.
Okay.
Then we want to head to the left, and for some reason it activated the one I didn't want, but it's okay. Go to this one here, since it's activated, and to our right, it's very hard to see, right here is a sticker. I tried to not block the question mark so you could see it. And then you want to talk to this guy who informs us there is no milk, so we cannot get that object. Then we want to head back out, and then we want to head up to the actual guy, which is right here, that for some reason didn't show up. And then we want to collect the collectible here. There's a few in this area, so just bear with me. Then we want to go to the left, collect the word calm. And then on the table is a mixtape where the dog is. Sadly we cannot pet the dog. Then we want to go up to the guy on the stand and we want to chat to him. And he'll also have items that were stolen. So now we can head out, and then we can head straight down, and we'll be faster because we won't have to deal with a crowd. And we want to return to where Grandma is. And now we'll have to take a photo. When we take the photo, you want to move to the left. And we're going to stop in a certain spot. So you want to stop when you see these kids hanging out by this tree here. And as soon as you see someone run by, hit A. If you click enough, you'll get the photo. And if not, just quickly quit the game and try again. But you'll get the photo of the thief. And this will also be your 20th photo, getting you the 20th photo
You scared
achievement.
the thief. He dropped his bag.
Wow. Everything he stole is in it.
Funny. Now that I think about it, it's like she knew who the thief was.
Why don't you take back all the stolen stuff? I'm sure the sellers will be pleased.
Good idea.
Well done, Mimi. Let's head home now.
I remember now how good it felt, helping other people, giving up my time for them. How come I'd forgotten all that?
So here we have to pick some words again. So I went with happy. Kayak, because she seemed obsessed with the kayak. And traders. Again, you can pick any of the options. But those are the ones I picked. So now we have to make another page, so you should know the drill by now. Pick a sticker you like. Since it was market, I'm going to pick a market sticker. Pick a photo you like. You should have 10 to choose from. I'm just going to pick the one we took on the cliff, and then you can make a poem. Since these pages are mandatory, I'm making them look nice, whereas the non-mandatory ones, I'll just be putting them together as easy as possible. So here we are with chapter 4, the top of the world. So we want to head outside of the cave. And then from there inside the house. You want to head to the right here. And you want to interact with the table. We're going to be getting another achievement in a minute, but first we get this letter. You can read it or not, up to you. I'm going to push B on it. Then we want to take the kettle and take it over to the sink. Then you want to push A to open up the lid and pull it back. Then you want to push A onto the faucet, so that way we can fill the kettle. Then you want to close the lid. A lot of work. Grab the kettle, put it onto the thing, then hit the button to turn it on. Then we're going to grab our flavor. I'm going to go with thyme because we planted thyme, so I thought it was funny. And you can grab a cup. I recommend the biggest cup. You can do it with the others. I've done it with the others, but the biggest cup will be the easiest for you. So you want to hit A on the thyme, and then take it over to this thing here and place it inside. Then you want to pick it up and place it into the cup. So the achievement that's missable here is for filling the cup without spilling a drop. This one's a little bit more difficult, but what I like to do is once I've got that object placed, I keep it lined up and only move left to right. And then I have the jug just on the tip of it like so. And then fill it like so. If you don't get the achievement, just quit out of the game and try again. But if you do, you'll get Sniper for filling the mug without wasting water. And we can take out the thing that was inside, and now we have ourselves a nice cup of thyme tea. So now we can leave this room, and we can go up the stairs. Head to the left here and click on the door. And you'll see the key up here. We have to move the left stick to grab the key and pull it down. And then it's another one where we have to place the key in. This one can be a little bit trickier. Then turn the key once you placed it in. Then grab the handle. Turn it to the right. And then grab it again and push forward. So when we go up to the stairs, we want to head to the right here. Once the conversation's over and it lets us, as you'll see, there's a piece of paper hanging out of the bookshelf there. Again, you can read it or not, but I'm going to push B. As you can see, there's this train track here. We have to interact with this, and we're supposed to have a code, but I'm going to give you the code so that way you don't have to actually find it. So it's 7, 2, 4, 5. That's 7, 2, 4, 5. Once it lets us, we'll grab the tape recorder on there. And you want to get the headphone jack and put it into the slot here. Then spin it around, get the microphone slot and put it in here. Then hit the play icon.
Up, up, up.
Yay!
So now, as you can see, we've wandered into the locked door as a kid. So you want to come over to the left here and find the word secrets. And then, as you probably noticed on the left, even further right here is a tape. Then up at the record is a sticker. And then over here is probably the coolest sticker in the game, in my opinion. Treasures. Always a good prize. So we want to go out of this room first before we interact with anything, because if you remember, we have to go to the toilet, and I find this the easiest way to do it. Plus I don't want to forget, so we want to go to the bathroom and we want to go to the toilet. That way it's out of the way and we don't have to worry about forgetting. Now I want to head back into that room. And then we want to interact with the little train thing that controls everything. And as you can see, a tape will pop out. And this will give us the ability to record sounds of our own now. So we want to record the train, so the best way to do it is aim for the spot here and wait for the train to come along, and once it does, hit record, which is A. From now we can take a picture. I would recommend taking all 9 pictures at this point. I'm going to hit back though, because like I said, this is the chapter I chose not to do any pictures. But once you've hit your limit, then hit back.
Nice. Oh, sorry. The door was open and...
It's all right. This place is a very special place. Your grandfather and I used it to express ourselves. Since he passed away, I've kept it to myself. It's a bit like a temple, if you know what I mean. It's not good to do that, I think. Places, objects, they should have many lives, just like that tape recorder you found.
I should have asked.
Perhaps, but now it's yours. Would you like to come down and help me fix the kayak?
Yes!
Places, objects should have many lives.
So now we'll be in the garden area. And from here we want to go to the cave. There's a tape on the right and a sticker as well. The tape is a bit difficult to get, but it'll highlight like so once you're in range. Then we want the word on the left here. Don't forget to grab that word before you talk to the grandma. Interact with the kayak, which creates the conversation with the grandma. And now we're going to fix up the kayak that she was obsessed with. You need to click onto the holes, and then you need to hold down A and move the glue so that you can place the glue. Then pick the correct piece. For this one, it's the middle. For this next one, the piece will be on the left. So the left piece. Then we have to spin it around for the last hole. And click on the hole just to the left here. And then use the glue and click on the last piece. So now we have to paint it. There is a little trick to painting it that makes it a little bit easier, so that way you don't have to do both sides and take a long time. While it's angled like this, the way I've angled it, as when you're painting the inside, you're also painting the outside, as you'll see. And that works for both sides. Once you run out of paint, you'll have to dunk it again. But as you can see, completely painted, and all you have to do is click on the handprints now. Now we'll be at the beach. This would be your last opportunity to take pictures by crossing the rocks, if you didn't while doing the train one. So cross the rocks if you haven't taken all your photos, and take the photos. We also need a couple of sounds which will get us an achievement, so you need to cross the rocks anyway. But if you only need sounds, it's not going to take as long. Aim up at the top here and then record. This will get you the first sound and also an achievement because we've gotten 2 with the train. Then aim down here and use the sound again.
Nice!
I don't know if these ones are available, but I figured I'd try it, and they're not working. So they're for a later chapter. So we can back out now if we've taken all the photos we can take. And now we can get into the kayak. This will get you another achievement, and with the kayak it's pretty much just swimming to the next location, so I will chat to you when we get to the next location.
Whoa there.
And now, the weather forecast for the southwest. The next few days will continue hot and sunny, with temperatures up to 36 degrees Celsius. Enjoy it while it lasts, as the low-pressure area over England might be heading our way.
Ah, this feels good.
That's right. This feels good.
So you want to grab the leg and then raise it up with A. You don't have to release A here, you can just keep doing it. Big giant hand from the sky is how I always get up in the morning.
Yay!
Whoa
The
there.
picnic blanket will get blown away, and this will drop some stuff in the ocean, so we're going to have a couple of little mini games. But first you want to grab the sticker right here. Then you want to interact with the basket. Now for a bit of fun and because it's quicker, once this conversation's over, if we head to the right here, we can actually climb this mountain top, and she will automatically get changed, and then we'll end up on this cliff, and we can do something that I really think should have been an achievement, which is jump into the water like so. We want to head around these rocks, because you can probably see what we're going for. There's a sticker right here. And then you want to push A here, and then just like the toothbrush thing, you're going to move the left and right over to it, and once it's over it, you'll see the little timer, and that's basically what we're doing to collect all the objects. Ignore the one on our right, and we want to head to the left here and get the one off in the distance. The one on the right is closer to the beach where we have to get out, so that's why I don't bother getting it till the end, and as you can see, this one is pretty far out. And then all you have to do is collect with the right the last bit of there, which I think is a coin, but I'm not sure. And then we can interact with the last spot and collect the last set of objects. Once you've done that, you want to go on to the beach with A.
Mimi, what's wrong?
I think I saw something in the forest. Can I go and have a look?
It was probably just a cat, but go on. No problem. Have a good time.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
So we want to change again, so head to the bush and hit A.
Yay!
And now we have to head up the path. There's a small little glitch here that we can do to save ourselves a bit of time. If you climb this spot here rather than head to the left, you can wiggle yourself onto the right here and you will push yourself up, and that way we don't have to actually go to the left and then jump across to the right. Collect the first word here, which you would have seen right in front of you, and then we want to head off to the right. Push A here and we will fall down, and we'll have our second word of this part, so make sure to collect it. Head to the left here and there'll be another word. Then we're going to head back to the right and up. Now for a bit of fun you can jump across, and then on the last one, this one here, just fall off. And you'll see we have a new word. I found it easier to do that than just fall off at the start. Then you can climb up, and once you get to the top, just head right. No need to hit A or anything. It's just like the glitch at the start that I showed you. Then we can click on the word funny. You can interact with the grandma down there. Then we can head to our left.
Whoa!
And as you can see, we fell down, so we have to go back up. And then we can take the vine. And we can grab the word amazing. And we want to head off to the right here. Then we can climb up and head to the left. Collect the word height. And then you can climb the vine to finish this section.
This is... wow. Beautiful. I should take a picture.
What are you doing here? This is my patch. No one's allowed.
You're the thief from the market!
I'm not a thief. Never see that word again. I'm just borrowing.
Borrowing? That's not...
They'll get their things back, and more, as soon as I find the Culebre's treasure.
The Coulebre?
A giant dragon that sleeps at the bottom of the Dordogne, guarding a big treasure.
Enough to pay back the people from the market?
Enough so everyone will like me. You'll see.
Do you need help? To find the treasure, I mean?
Help? You're from the city, right? How could a city girl help me find the Coulebre?
I'm an explorer.
Ha! Don't make me laugh.
If I wasn't an explorer, I wouldn't have climbed up here by myself.
Fine. Fine. Well, maybe I should test you.
Test?
There's a puzzle in here. Solve it. And I'll decide if I can trust you, city girl. But first, catch! What on... Mimi? Are you alright?
Don't worry, I'm fine! What is wrong with you? He's gone.
Let's meet in my secret lair tomorrow. If you solve my puzzle!
I'll show him! He'll see if I'm not an explorer.
I really do question why she cares so much what he thinks, because she doesn't even know him, but whatevs. We want to go to this bush here and jump in to change clothes. And thus we've used all 3 spots to change clothes, just for fun. Now we can swim to the spot to get the puzzle, I guess you'll call it, that the thief threw down. Very simple to grab. Once we grab, we can head back to the water, and then we can change again, use the bush closest to us.
Yay!
And then all we need to do is talk to the grandma. I was making sure I didn't miss any collectibles for us, but now we can head home. We'll have a few more words we can pick from. I'm going to pick explore. I'm going to go with beautiful. And then miss him. Now we just have to kayak back. Now we have to do the puzzle, which is quite simple, because she's going to go to the market to get some stuff that she forgot. And leave us in the house alone. Great move. Because the kid's really showing that she's responsible enough to be alone. So we want to open the bag by grabbing the thing and moving to the left and right,
So,
and then we can grab everything out of it. So you want to take these stones and put them in the bottom right. And you want to take this ship, I'm assuming it is, and take it to the left here, bottom left.
okay.
Then we want to take the stole and put it above the stones. Then the grandma to the left. Then the flag to the middle top. Then the balloon to the left. And then the kid to the last slot that's available. Now we have to connect them, so click on the stones and then click on the balloon. Then we want to click on the boat and then we want to click on the kid. It took a while for it to register me clicking for some reason, but eventually it did. And that's where the location of the cave is, so you want to click on the middle of the X.
Here it is.
And when we're done with all that, we're actually not completely done. As you can see, we can't leave, which I thought was a bit silly, but we want to go to the tree and push A, and here we've got to throw a stone at, or the T-hoo, T-yeehaw, whatever it is, at the words, but it's basically throwing a stone at the words. It doesn't need to be directly on them, as you'll see in a minute. Some of them get very hard to hit, but just near it is good enough, as you can see right here. And then you'll have to throw one onto the boy's face. And now we can create another page. This page is when we have to add one of our recording audios to. And you'll have 10 photos to pick from if you took the 10 photos like I told you to. Ignore the fact we're missing 3 sounds, we will get them in the next chapter. But once you pick your sound, you'll set your page up like so. And that will finish this one. And now we're up to chapter 5, the caves. So you want to head over to the recorder here, and there'll be another letter for us to collect. And then we can head out of this area. We want to head over to the tree that we were throwing words at earlier and shake out this jar. Then we'll have to open the lid, and then we'll have to grab each item individually and pull it out. If you're quick enough, you can grab something while it's moving. I happen to grab the letter. Then we want to grab out the pine cone. Then we can grab out the book. Then you want to click on the book and you want to move it to the left. And you want to keep doing this till we get to a certain page. Once we're at the correct page, you just have to hit A on it when it lets us. And this will activate the memory, so we can go to being a kid again. Probably the easiest chapter to remember to go to the toilet, because you just start in the bathroom. We want to head to our bedroom. And we want to go to the desk here to grab a tape. And we can head out and downstairs. As you'll see, the grandma is asleep, but before we leave, we want to go into the room she's sleeping in. And there's a couple of things we can grab. There's a tape, on the desk, and a word sneaky just on the left here. It's really hard to see, but it's right there. As you can see, it went up my word count. So once you get those, then we can leave. You want to grab the sticker here. And then we want to go up to the right. So we've got a few sounds to record, so you want to get out your recorder. And we want to record the church bells to the right here.
Nice.
Then we want to do the sound on to the left here. And then the sound just a little bit more to the left.
Nice.
Down at the river here. If you get a new tape, it's a sound, and sometimes it can be a little bit finicky with giving it to you. So try and get in certain areas. Like that was the rooster sound, and we needed that. So with all these sounds, we can now take pictures. I'm going to take 8 pictures because I want it to line up with the last chapter, so that way I have 40 pictures all up, but I want you to take all 9 pictures, so that way you will be up to 49.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay.
And now we can exit. Once we've taken all the photos, and we can leave. And head down.
I was so carefree.
Wait for this conversation
Often
to
need a 10-year-old
end.
thief. I feel like I'm remembering someone else's life.
And the word peace is right here. Make sure you don't miss that. Once you get it, we can continue on. And so here is another word that we have to get, but because of the way the words are done, some of them don't show up, so I second guessed myself that thought it was on the right, but it is on the left. It's just up near the log a little bit more before it shows up. As you can see right here, summer. It's really annoying, some of the words are like that. I wish that they just showed up when you got close to them, not at a certain spot. But once you get that word, you can hit the kayak, and then I'll see you when we get to the end of where we're going. Now that we're on to the next location, there's two things we want to do in this area. You want to go up to the fireflies and you want to find the word there, and you want to collect that. Then you want to grab the glass jar that you've seen hanging from above, and this will give us a little mini game where we have to catch fireflies. The best trick I have is to move the left so that the jar is always constantly in play, and then just use the right to try and get the fireflies into the jar. Try not to focus on the fireflies because it seems to hinder, as you can see. If they get behind your hand, it's a hassle, so be careful of that. But once all three are in, we can move on. So we just want to follow this linear path, and while we're doing that we're going to be getting some letters, or words I should say. So this is our first word, and every time we collect a word it'll basically start a conversation with him, and in some instances they'll show us where to go. But it's not like we can go in any other direction except back, so you just want to keep moving forward basically. And that's your second word, so make sure you collect it. And then upcoming to this cave, we'll have another word. Then we want to go inside. And after the short animation, we'll be up on the top part now, so we can continue moving forward. And there will be a word upcoming that you can see right here, so once we're able to, we'll collect that word.
I'm not a thief.
Then we can grab this word before we continue on. So right here there is a slight little bug. If you climb up too much to the left and you miss the fireflies, you cannot continue on until you come back and activate the fireflies. So in order to prevent that, just make sure that when you get up here you interact with the fireflies so it creates a conversation straight away, and don't go around them by accident. And when you see them move on, that's how you know you've activated them. Once you click this word, it'll zoom out. And that's this part of the chapter done.
Thanks for your help.
I thought you were a great explorer.
I am. Wow, this is very, very cool.
I know. These are things I collected through the years, and you haven't seen anything yet.
Yay.
Once we're back in control, we want to go over to the bed where you can see the book. You'll have to push A to jump over when you get to this spot here, and then you can collect the book. So here we have to collect some sounds again, and we have to take some photos. So first, collect some sounds. Aim at the river. And this will get you, did you hear that? For collecting 8 sounds. Then we want to get the river over here for another one. Then we want to record the dog barking.
Nice.
Then the last sound's a little bit tricky to get.
Nice.
We're waiting till the donkey starts its sound. I moved over to the right a little bit more and it seemed to work better. Right here. It was very faint. but it finally showed up. And with that, that's all the sounds. So take your last picture for your 10 of 10.
Okay.
And that should be your 40th picture.
So, this place is awesome.
Well, I have something even cooler.
Cooler than this? You have books, fishing rods, and a wonderful view. This is truly remarkable.
Look at this beauty. I can cheat in class, and I can even store 10 phone numbers. 10!
No way! Can I see it?
No, you can't. It's a gift from my teacher.
Oh.
But it's a secret. You can't say a word to anyone, okay?
You're very lucky, Renaud. And I won't tell a soul.
Thank you, Mimi. That means a lot.
Here we have a minigame where you have to push the direction that he's going in, so up and right. So up.
Okay?
And then right. And then he'll do it again and add a new direction each time. And it doesn't change, so it's easy to replicate. So it's up, right, left this time. And then it's up, right, left, and then up. You've just got to make sure you make no mistakes doing these, and you'll get an achievement. If you make a mistake, quit out of the game, and then relaunch it. But as you can see here, no mistakes made, achievement unlocked.
This is so beautiful.
The first stars will be coming out soon.
Oh no! I have to go. See you tomorrow!
'Cause tomorrow we're hunting the coulebre!
Listen to yourself. It sounds like I was a monster. I worked, Fabrice, and oh my God, who says that to their mother? What has Mimi got to do with this? She's independent and she's having fun here.
So it's the same day still, but in case you forgot earlier, this particular chapter gives you a chance to go to the bathroom again. So if you haven't already done it this chapter when I told you to, now's your only warning during this chapter to do it again. Now we can go outside. And you want to have the hot cocoa with your grandmother. She's going to ask us a few questions, and again the words you pick don't matter for this section in particular, so pick whatever you like. I'll tell you what I pick, but the choice is yours. So I went with adventure. with exploration. Then I went with 3. Here we have to craft our page, so you know the drill by now. Pick a sticker, create your poem. Again, you could just hit A on everything and mash it all together, but I like to create nice ones for the actual pages we have to make. We also have to add a sound. Ignore the 2 we're missing, we will get that in another chapter. Some of the sounds don't let you get them in the chapters that they're in, which makes 0 sense, but it is what it is. So now we're up to chapter 6, the picnic. So with this chapter and the next chapter will be the last 2 times you need to use the toilet. We're going to head to the right here. You want to head down to the pantry and grab the ladder just here. Then we can head to the upstairs. You want to head into the grandma's room, which is this room here next to the toilet. And on the left, it's very hard to see, but there is a letter just here on this. Again, you can read them or not. I'm just going to back out so that way it's quicker for you guys, but we want to interact with this wardrobe and then move these clothes out of the way. We're going to be grabbing a scarf. It won't let us grab it until we've moved everything out of the way. And then you want to grab onto the scarf and move it slightly. This will make a photo drop out, which doesn't make much sense.
Wait.
And we want to click on the watch. And this will start the memory for this chapter.
I've gotta go!
Where are you going?
To play outside with a friend!
A friend? I'd better check just to make sure.
Hey, where are you going?
Home. I have to get back for lunch.
Oh, all right.
Don't you have to get home?
Nah, nobody cares about me. I'll stay here, I think. Hey, let's continue our search tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, sure. Grandma? 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 Grandma?
Oh,
Can we invite my friend here? Please say yes. He's all alone, and he'll be hungry.
yes, of course. Why don't we have a picnic outside? It's so beautiful. And we can make something easy to eat.
A picnic! That's a brilliant idea! Yeah!
Before we help with the food, we're going to go do one thing. Well, I should say a few things, because that's what we're technically doing. We want to get a tape from here, upstairs. And then we want to go into the bathroom. And we want to go to the bathroom. We want to go to the toilet before we forget. Now we can talk to Grandma. And this is where we have to help with doing... Now you can pick either word, but I prefer to do secret to get that one out of the way because it's faster. And all you have to do is drag the knife over and then keep hitting A. Then we can select the other item we didn't select, so you'll have to do either way. So it's up to you which one you want to do. Select the knife, and again just hit A. For this one we have to select the second potato as well. And hit A. Then we want to turn on the oven and place the pan on the fire. Then we want to open the duck's fat, which is on the right. And then grab a spoon. And then put it into the duck's fat and put that into the pan. Now we have to season the potatoes. So again, whichever seasoning you want to put first, the word does not matter. I'm going with salt first. Hover over it and then just push A. None of the salt went on the potatoes, but apparently that doesn't matter. Now pick the pepper. And then again the same thing. Now we have to shake the bowl. Then we can put the bowl into the frying pan. And then we just have to shake the frying pan when it lets us. And with that we also get a new sound. So I want to head off to the left. And on the desk here is a tape. Well, it's not really a desk. It's been it's a repurposed window as a desk. We want to head up. And we want to take the last 10 photos we need to take. These aren't the last 10 I need, but they will be for you. But we also want to record a sound. We want to record the dog barking. And that'll get us the record 14 sounds. There are a couple other sounds we can get. So I won't take photos yet. I'll go to the other location and we'll take some photos there and get those sounds just in case you needed a couple of extra sounds. But once you've got the 14 sounds, that's the only sound related achievement that you needed.
She put up with me and my ideas.
We gotta
I
wait
think
till
she
this.
enjoyed it. It must be
Stops.
so refreshing to have someone like that in your life. Someone who says yes to all your stupid ideas, all your whims.
And right here is the collectible once they let us collect it. The word is supposed to be there, but I was confused because it didn't show up. So I was looking up specifically where I wrote down it should be. This is a word you don't want to miss either. It's not this far back, but you got to be very careful you don't go into the next area. And I was trying to avoid that. I really wish they had placed it further back into the area, but basically you have to move forward slightly, and this is an annoyance with words. You have to move right here, but you have to be so careful you don't go to the next section, otherwise you'll miss it, and then it'll get you dandelion. It's one of the biggest missable words in the game in my opinion. There's a collectible right here. Again, another one that's hard to see. And then there's a word right here. Once you got them, we can jump across. And here we want to record a few sounds, so move over to the right and record in the bush here.
Nice.
That'll give you a new sound if you missed some of the ones that I've mentioned already. And then the other sound, if I remember correctly, is to the right. Just in this bush area here, about here. Should give you another sound. So here you want to take some photos. And you want to just fill it up with 9 photos, because that's all you can take. And then I'll get you 249 if you took the photos when I told you to, even though I didn't take them.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I was disappointed the grandma wasn't on the beach, because in previous runs I had attempted to take more photos of her, but then in the levels she only appears in that one.
Okay.
So here you want to jump down so you can go to the kayak. Once you go to the kayak, we'll be going to the picnic area. So I'll talk to you when we get to the picnic area. So now that we're at the beach, we want to collect a word before we continue on. Stickers right here near Grandma's feet. And then the word is right here. Just before we get to the gate. This will be the last word, so we don't have to look for any more of those. So select a select something. I'm going to go with the pine cone, and if you're lazy like me, you can just put one piece of glue on it, and then put it back, and then just give it one eye.
So,
Mine are Cyclops. Yes, I worked so hard to make that. That'll get you pimped your laptop for collecting all the stickers as well, so yay. Now we have to pick up some text again. It doesn't really matter what you pick. I'm going to go with excited. And I'm going to go with decorations. Hide and seek. Everything okay? Problem. Then you click watch, it's the only option. And now we'll get a cutscene.
Nora knew Renaud, and he knew my grandfather. Something bad had happened between them. I see it now. I ran so fast, and for so long, I wasn't angry anymore. I just felt empty and sad.
why? Why? Ugh, I'm so sick of this family. I must calm down. I must calm down. The binder. Good idea, Mimi. Good idea.
So this is where we need to make another page. So you know the drill by now. And that'll be your 5th page in the binder made, if you haven't gone through and made your 20 yet. Now we're up to chapter 7, the Colibre. So when we get to the child form, we will need to go to the bathroom one last time and get that achievement. For now, we want to go to the bed and grab the paper. Or the letter, I should say. And we want to head into Mimi's room. And we want to grab the letter on the chest of drawers here. Then we want to go up this way. And we want to interact with the A button here. And you'll see this watch. You want to pull it out, which will knock down all the papers.
Damn.
You just want to move the papers out of the way till we can click on the watch itself. If you move this one and this one here, you can then click on the watch. And from there we can click on to the next thing we need to straight away, which is the piece of paper the watch was on. So now we're back as the child memory, so we only have to go to the bathroom one last time if you remember, and that'll get us the 7 bathrooms that we need. If you've been following along, like I said, you can't do this in chapter select, so make sure you did it during your main gameplay, and that'll get you like a Swiss clock. We're going to the bathroom every day. So now we want to go in the grandma's room, and this will get us our final tape. You can hit the stop button so you don't have to hit the tape if you don't want to. And that'll get you the collect all tapes achievement.
I have to go out.
Then we can head down and out. This is your last chance to make your binders, so before you continue on, make sure you make your 20 pages. We can continue walking while the cutscene's
The
happening.
rain changed how the world looked. I remember the smell, the mud. The path I once knew like the back of my hand was different. I only had one thing in mind: fixing the watch. Fixing Renu and Nora.
So we want to get in the kayak. And this time we're going to be getting hit by the objects that come passing by. So you'll see these like sticks or twigs or tree trunks, whatever you want to refer to them as, the things that I'm about to hit. You need to hit at least 4 of them to sink your boat. I just missed that one, but I got this one. And after you've hit a 4th, it'll sink your boat. If you don't do that, it will continuously go on. So you want to make sure you do that. And then we've got a section where we don't really tell you what to do because it's linear. You just need to follow the path that they give you. So now that we're here, we just have to hold the left stick to the right and do this sequence continuously. Each time we get to a certain part, the beast will respond, so it's a bit slow. I found the controls also a bit unresponsive.
Did you try to sink my kayak? You didn't do it on purpose. I get it. I don't blame you. Could you please?
I think I remember.
Mimi! Mimi! Oh no! Mimi!
So now we're going to be playing as the thief, and the objective is to avoid hitting the trees. So you want to make sure you hit A to dive if need be. I was trying my best just to avoid them, because what we're trying to do is reach Mimi. And if need be, just dive under them with A. Once you reach Mimi, a cutscene will activate. Just move the sticks out of the way, left and right. It's pretty simple.
Come on! Mimi! Mimi! Please! Mimi! Mimi!
So for this part, if you do fail, just quit out of the game and relaunch it to give yourself more attempts. But basically, we have to perform perfect CPR, so every time the circle hits the circle, hit A, like so. The annoying part about this is that she stops doing it for a bit, so it gets you out of sync. And then it just comes at you with no warning. We have to do this successfully 3 times to get the achievement, without any fails. So if you see it go red, quit out of the game immediately. Once you successfully perform CPR, you'll get the first aid achievement. Congratulations.
I drowned here. Almost died. Forgot everything.
Now we're up to the last chapter, which is chapter 8. We just have to keep looking in the direction where we saw the thing in the shrubbery. And eventually a cutscene will activate. I picked How Are You? Again, what you pick doesn't matter. Oh, with Nora's passing. Drowning. And then he'll give us the suitcase that the grandma wanted to give us, and it will be some tapes and some memorabilia from the level that we've been doing, and the book. Here you can see all the pages you made, so if you have the 20, you'll see 20. But on the right here is a letter. That is the last letter that we needed. So this will get you the end of the beginning. And it'll also get you Postman for getting all the letters.
Mimi,
If this was your last achievement, congratulations, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And if not, I've got a solution for if you miss any photos or
summers would have been like.
creating binder pages, the best chapter to replay.
The years after your father took you away and protected you from me were difficult and lonely. I won't lie about that. I kept thinking about the things I should have done, the things I should have said. But the past is the past. What's done is done. Oh, Mimi, my dear Mimi. I wish I could say these words to you in person, rather than in a letter. I told you once, places, objects, people have many different lives. Life is a long and precious story, so you have to write your own. Explore your life like a beautiful valley on a hot summer's day. Record the colors and the sounds around you like you did back then.
Are you sure it's the same cat?
100% sure. I swear.
Take a deep breath before every challenge and after every success. And more importantly, tell everyone about life, about the highs and the lows. Share it without holding back. My dearest Mimi, I'm sorry. I'm grateful. I'm leaving happy. Your Nora.
The best chapter to replay is the 5th chapter, as it's the easiest to get into Mimi's form when she's a kid. And we do have to do a couple of things, but it's the lowest amount of work. So you'll want to go out of the house, down the stairs, and then out of the house, like I said, and then you'll want to head left to the tree, or right, technically. And you want to interact with the tree, then you want to pull the jar out of the tree trunk. And then you got to interact with all the little objects and open the lid again.
What?
Remember, just keep opening the pages until the one we can click on. And this will allow you to be the little Mimi. The best part is we can actually skip the cutscenes, so that's handy. So we want to head out of the bathroom and down the stairs. And as you can see, the grandma's sleeping, so we're allowed to take off straight away. No need to interact or do anything, which is perfect in my mind for what the purpose of this is. And we want to head straight down so that we're outside and head to the cliff face. And then we want to take the photos. In my case, I deliberately missed 10, so I'm going to be taking 10. This will happen where it will ask you to remove a photo and replace a photo. So what you got to do is just keep hitting A.
Okay.
And after you've taken your 10th, that'll be, your, in my case, the 50th achievement. For you, it'll be whatever achievement you need that you might have missed from not doing enough photos. As you can see here, that's for taking 50 pictures, which if you didn't get during the story, this is the way to get it. So then we back out of that because we can't get into the binder without it. And if you haven't done your binder pages, you can then click on the left stick, the left D-pad, sorry, and you can craft your pages. Any sticker, it doesn't matter, just place it where it is, no need to move it around or anything. And then you can just select the first 3 for the poem and place it over the sticker, the same with the photo and same with the audio. And that's how you create a page. After you've created enough pages, that'll get you the holiday homework achievement for the first 10 pages. And then once you've reached your 20th, that'll get you create 20 pages in the binder. And your last achievement, if you did it this way. So congratulations, please remember to like and subscribe, thank you.